If you were born in the 1940s, the 1950s, or the 1960s, several real changes to Social Security and Medicare took effect at the start of 2026, and I want to walk you through exactly what they are, how they affect your specific situation depending on your age and birth year, and what, if anything, you need to do about them. I want to be completely transparent with you from the start. This video covers only confirmed official information from the Social Security Administration and the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. There is no secret rule, no hidden form, and no surprise deadline buried in this video. What there is a set of real numbers that changed this year and a clear explanation of what they mean for you. Let's start with the change that affects nearly everyone watching this video: the annual cost of living adjustment. The 2026 COLA. On October 24, 2025, the Social Security Administration officially announced a 2.8% cost of living adjustment for 2026. This increase began appearing in benefit payments in January 2026 for the nearly 71 million Americans who receive Social Security, and it began with the December 31, 2025 payment for the roughly 7.5 million people who receive supplemental security income. For context, the 2.8% figure is a modest increase compared to some recent years. The COLA was 2.5% in 2025, and over the last decade, the average annual COLA has been about 3.1%. So this year's adjustment is close to, but slightly below, the longer-term average. In dollar terms, the Social Security Administration estimates that the average retired worker's monthly benefit increased by about $56, bringing the average retired worker benefit to approximately $2,026 to $2,064 per month, depending on which SSA dataset you're looking at. I want to be clear that this is an average. Your own increase depends entirely on your own benefit amount before the adjustment. 2.8% of your specific monthly check, not a flat dollar figure applied to everyone. You do not need to do anything to receive this increase. It was applied automatically. If you haven't already seen your new amount, COLA notices were mailed throughout December, and if you have a My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount that you created before November 19, 2025, you could view your notice online starting in early December. Why your Medicare premium is eating into that increase. Here is the part of this story that affects the most people watching this video, and it is the part most likely to surprise you if no one has explained it clearly. In November 2025, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services announced that the standard Medicare Part B premium would rise to $202.90 per month in 2026, up from $185 in 2025. That is an increase of $17.90 per month, or just under 10%. A significantly larger percentage increase than the 2.8% COLA applied to your Social Security check. Here is why this matters specifically to you. For most Medicare enrollees, the Part B premium is deducted directly from your monthly Social Security check before it ever reaches your bank account. That means your COLA increase and your Medicare premium increase are happening at the same time, and the Medicare increase is, in percentage terms, more than 3 times larger than your benefit increase. Some financial analysts have estimated that the rise in Part B premiums will consume more than a quarter of the average COLA increase for 2026. There is one important protection built into the law that I want every person watching to understand. It's called the hold harmless provision. Under this rule, if you receive Social Security and have your Part B premium deducted from your check, your monthly Social Security payment cannot decrease from one year to the next because of a Part B premium increase. Your premium increase is capped at whatever dollar amount keeps your net check at least equal to last year's amount. This provision does not apply to people who pay Medicare's income-related higher premiums, and it primarily protects people whose COLA dollar increase is smaller than the Part B premium increase, which CMS estimates affects fewer than 5% of Medicare enrollees in 2026. If your income is above certain thresholds, you may pay more than the standard $202.90. For 2026, if your reported income on your 2024 tax return, which is what Medicare uses on a 2-year look-back, was above $109,000 as a single filer, or $218,000 for joint filers, you pay an income-related monthly adjustment amount, or IRMAA, on top of the standard premium. For 2026, those income-adjusted premiums range from $284.10 up to $689.90 per month, depending on your income tier. If this applies to you, SSA sends you a separate notice explaining your specific premium and how it was calculated, and that notice also explains the process for requesting a new determination if your income has dropped due to a specific qualifying event such as retirement, marriage, divorce, or the death of a spouse. The Part B annual deductible also increased for 2026 from $257 to $283. Now let's break this down specifically by the birth decade you fall into, because your situation is genuinely different depending on your age. If you were born in the 1940s, you are 76 to 86 years old in 2026. You are very likely already collecting Social Security retirement benefits, and you have been for some time. For you, the relevant changes in 2026 are primarily the COLA increase and the Medicare premium increase I just described, both of which apply automatically to your account. You do not need to file anything or take any action to receive your 2.8% increase. If you are also receiving a supplemental security income payment in addition to Social Security, your SSI increase began with the December 31st, 2025 payment, slightly earlier than the standard Social Security COLA. If you are still working in any capacity while receiving Social Security benefits before what SSA considers your full retirement age, be aware that the annual earnings limit also changed for 2026. If you are younger than full retirement age for the entire year, you can earn up to $24,480 in 2026 before SSA begins withholding $1 in benefits for every $2 you earn above that amount. If you will reach full retirement age sometime during 2026, the limit is higher, $65,160, and SSA withholds $1 for every $3 earned above that amount, only counting earnings in the months before you reach full retirement age. Once you reach full retirement age, the earnings limit no longer applies at all, and you can earn any amount without any reduction to your benefit. If you were born in the 1950s, your situation depends heavily on exactly which year in that decade you were born. Because your full retirement age is not a flat number, it depends on your specific birth year. Under the rules that have been in place since amendments passed decades ago, if you were born in 1957, your full retirement age is 66 and 6 months. If you were born in 1958, it's 66 and 8 months. If you were born in 1959, it's 66 and 10 months. If you were born in 1960 or later, your full retirement age is 67. These thresholds are not new for 2026. They have been gradually phasing in for years. But if you are in this decade and approaching your filing decision, it is essential that you know your own exact full retirement age before you file, because filing even a few months before that date results in a permanent reduction to your monthly benefit, and filing after it up to age 70 increases your benefit through delayed retirement credits. If you have already filed and are receiving benefits, the same COLA and Medicare information I described above applies directly to you. If you have not yet filed, I'd encourage you to use the SSA's online retirement estimator at ssa.gov to see a personalized projection based on your actual earnings record before you make a filing decision, and to factor in the 2026 numbers I've covered today, your COLA adjusted benefit estimate, and the current Medicare Part B premium that will likely be deducted from it. If you were born in the 1960s, you are between 56 and 66 years old in 2026, and for nearly all of you, your full retirement age is 67. This decade is generally still in the planning phase rather than the filing phase, but there are a few 2026 figures worth knowing now if you're mapping out your retirement timeline. The maximum amount of earnings subject to Social Security payroll tax increased to $184,500 in 2026. Relevant if you are still working and want to understand how much of your income counts toward your future benefit calculation. If you are within a few years of your earliest eligibility age of 62, it is worth understanding that filing at 62 results in a permanently reduced benefit compared to waiting until your full retirement age of 67, and that the reduction is substantial. Filing at 62 can reduce your monthly benefit by up to 30% compared to waiting until full retirement age. On the other end, delaying past your full retirement age up to age 70 increases your eventual benefit through delayed retirement credits of 8% per year. Neither choice is automatically correct for everyone. It depends on your health, your other income sources, and your household situation. But understanding the size of that gap now, while you still have time to plan, is valuable. A note on benefit ranges in 2026. To give you a sense of the full range of what Social Security pays, the average monthly Social Security check across all beneficiary types was reported at $1,933 as of April 2026, with retired workers specifically averaging higher, around $2,026, since that figure excludes generally lower disability and survivor benefits. At the low end, the special minimum benefit, for people with very limited work histories, tops out at $1,093 per month in 2026 for those with 30 years of qualifying work. At the high end, the absolute maximum Social Security benefit payable to anyone who delayed filing to age 70 and maximized their taxable earnings for 35 years is $5,108 per month in 2026. Where you fall in that range depends entirely on your own earnings history and the age at which you file. What you should actually do, if you're already receiving benefits, verify your new 2026 monthly amount by checking ssa.gov/myaccount or your mailed COLA notice, and check whether your Medicare Part B premium is the standard $202.90 or an income-adjusted amount, so you understand your net deposit. If you're in your 50s or early 60s and have not yet filed, confirm your exact full retirement age based on your specific birth year, and use the SSA Retirement Estimator at ssa.gov to model your benefit at different filing ages before making a decision. If you have questions specific to your account, the most reliable source is the Social Security Administration directly at 1-800-772-1213 or your personal My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount. For Medicare premium questions specifically, including how IRMAA is calculated or how to request a new determination after a life-changing event like retirement or the loss of a spouse, the same SSA number can direct you, and Medicare.gov has the official current year premium and coverage details. If this video helped clarify what's actually changed for 2026, consider subscribing, since these figures, the COLA, the Medicare premiums, the earnings limits, update every year and will cover next year's numbers as soon as they're officially announced. Thank you for watching.